Hey viewers, welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer. And today we're doing a Jarvan IV game, played by WatchMeC, which many of you know is also a commentator here on YouTube. And I really like his Jarvan play, so I asked him to send me a Jarvan match, and he actually had some trouble finding one where he didn't own the entire opponent's team. So he sent me one that wasn't too bad in that regard, and we'll have to see. But he is just very good with Jarvan, and if you're very good with him, he can really win you games quite easily. So looking at his starting items and runes, he is starting off with the regrowth pendant and no health potion, so that means he's going to return to base soon to upgrade his regrowth pendant into the philosopher's stone, which is a very cheap item for the use it has, and it has the 5 gold per 10 seconds, so it is an awesome item to start with. So we see armor penetration, we see cooldown reduction, and I think attack speed, but I'm not actually sure. It seems like attack speed per level or something. No, I don't know. It may be anything. So at least we know that he's going for an aggressive build because of the armor penetration. So team-wise composition, team composition-wise, we have Mordekaiser as being a real tank here in this team. Then Jarvan, well, I normally think of him as a tank as well because he has a shield, he has an armor bonus, and yeah. All in all, that screams tank to me. And then I have Swain as kind of a very tanky character in general, and two of the high damage carries. So the enemy team has Blitzcrank as a real tank, Rammus as a real tank. Well, Blitzcrank kind of not so much a real tank, I guess. Rammus is a real tank, of course. Blitzcrank can be built both as a tank and as a kind of tanky mage, and then Renekton as kind of a tanky DPS, I guess. Vladimir, who's really hard to kill normally, and Annie as their damage dealer. So their high damage dealer, I should say, because obviously any character can do damage. And yeah, enemy Annie starting with the Ruby Crystal, which is an odd choice. Even though she's very weak, it doesn't really help too much to go for the Ruby Crystal. It does help a lot to go for something with mana in it. But hey, I guess everything goes. You can build whatever. So any surprising items here? Well, we see which is not too surprising, but Doran's shield on Katarina, who is well, trying to make up for the fact that she's kind of weak early game in the health department, that is. And the Doran shield actually allows her to farm a lot better. So we see the Doran shield on Rammus as well, but yeah, for Rammus it's more of a usual thing. And yeah, we see a little bit of an overextension there on Katarina's part. I think everybody saw that. But yeah, you have to watch out what your opponents are capable of. Annie had her stun up for quite a while, so she should have seen that. And the taunt of Rammus is legendary, so everybody knows that, and everybody knows how good it is. And all in all, it is not a good deal to run into that as a weak character. And Annie is getting kind of low. I guess her health crystal does pay off, because otherwise she would have been dead by now. But then again, she would have gone home. So Rammus is alone here, and that means that he's probably going to die. Oh, not actually getting it off. Yeah, and there... Katarina getting out of that with virtually no HP. We see a clairvoyance, by the way, on Jarvan, which is kind of surprising. Because I don't think he really needs it for anything on his own abilities. I mean, it's a nice skill to have, but in this case it would have been a lot nicer if he had Ignite. Because both of them would have died to Ignite, and well, Rammus to only the Ignite, and Annie to Ignite plus one auto attack or something. So yeah, kind of don't know why he would go for clairvoyance. Even though, as I said, it is a really useful skill to have on your team. But I guess I'm not sure at what level he plays nowadays. But since there's no jungler in here, the effect of clairvoyance are going to be only for yourself, because nobody is skilled enough in this matchup. That is skilled enough to actually watch the clairvoyance as it goes off, because they have no minimap awareness normally. So they don't watch the minimap, and if the clairvoyance goes off, the chance that they see it is very, very small. So Annie is missing here, and yeah, there's not a whole lot that they can do here, because, well, Rammus is going to be very annoying with his taunt in turret range, and you're going to take some turret shots if you're not careful. But they have to push the lane here, because they have to punish Annie for not being there. So let's discuss the skills while we see some well, some action here going on. There's not a lot of action. Oh, Annie is back here. So his passive is that the first attack he does deals 10% of the health as bonus, and it can only trigger once every 6 seconds on one enemy. So you can attack multiple enemies one by one, and then do damage equal to 10% of their health, their current health, as bonus magic damage, with a maximum of 400, which is a good thing. But yeah, if you get to 4000 life, which is required to do that much damage, then I don't think you really care about the damage anymore. But so I think they either could have done without the maximum, so just say you do 10% of the damage, or you set the maximum amount a little bit lower than this. Okay, watch me actually taking some tower shots there, but fortunately Katarina paying attention and actually getting the kill. Because, well, watch me was being taunted by Rammus, and all in all, that is the best thing you can do as a teammate, to just go for the kill and assume that Jarvan in this case can get out okay, because there's nothing you can do for him. Unless you have a stun, then maybe there is something you can do for him, because I don't know if taunt actually works through stun, if it stops when you stun someone. Pretty sure it doesn't though. Anyway, yeah, is there anything useful to discuss? No, I don't think so. So I'll just go on with the skills then. So we see the first, the Q, Dragon Strike, which is the one where he, yeah, he's going to use it right now. No, that's the one. You actually just extend the lance, and it deals quite a lot of damage actually. In this case 170 damage, and it lowers the armor of your enemies. And you can use it in combination with the E, but I'll get to that. The W is just basically a shield which also slows surrounding enemies. But the slow is very minor, it's 15%. So it's not really that significant. The shield, however, is quite significant. Because, well, it gives at level 1 50 health. Well, 50 a shield worth 50 health. And that builds up with the level, of course, as we always see. Then the Domestian Standard, which is the combo skill. On itself, it has a passive and an active. And that's what one of the actives does. So just harassing the mid a bit here. Anyway, the passive first. It gives you attack speed and bonus armor. But then the active gives you 60, in this case, magic damage to enemies. And you get the passive bonus, you give that to all the allied champions. So basically you double it for yourself and you give it to all of your teammates.